Race number 5 at Belmont on Saturday will jump at 3:05. It is the Iron Jack Handicap over 1,600 metres. The replay horse can look at the last start win of Red Army at Northern.
Wing Commanders against the rail, then Dane Finn, Bella's Idol at the 250, 44 Red, about to be gobbled up by Red Army. No say in it, down on the inside, but Red Army surges to the lead at the 100 mark. It's Red Army a length and a half in front from No say in it, 44 Red, but Red Army draws away from them late in the race, and Red
Army won authoritatively second up at Northern, as we saw in the replay race, and he returns to town where he simply ran out of grass to win first up over what was just 1,200 metres. He looks like a very progressive type. William Pike sticks, that's always a good thing, and as the gear change as well, the lugging bit goes on for the first time. Red Army goes on top. Then I'm looking at this same race featuring Buster Shadow, Mrs Brown's Boy and Golgotha. I think they're the minors here. Going to go with number 11, Buster Shadow, for second. He ran out of his skin from an impossible gate. He shouldn't have to go so far back, given he's drawn here in barrier number 7 for Paul Harvey. I think he's probably the main danger to the likely favourite. Number 3, Mrs Brown's Boy, comes out of that same race. Maps okay again. I just think that Buster Shadow finally cops a break here from the barrier draw. And then number 1, Golgotha, comes out of that race as well. Not the most trustworthy of horses. Brodie Kirby rode it last start. Taylor Stone takes over. The horses just seem to run for her at the moment. She's had 30 winners this season. She's going to be the champion apprentice. On top selection in race number 5, going to go with number 6, Red Army, to beat number 11, Buster Shadow, 3, Mrs Brown's Boy, and 1, Golgotha. Race number 6 at Belmont on Saturday will jump at 3:40. It's the main event. It's the Hyperion Stakes over 1,600 metres at Group 3 level. The replay race, going to look at the last weight for age race at Belmont Park. That was the Belmont Sprint, won by Material Man.
Up now, they've booted well clear. It's on the outside. Great Shot reaching the lead from Battle Hero. Material Man 2.5 to 3 away, starting to run on. He draws the whip on the leader. Great Shot with 100 to go in front, but here's Material Man. He's starting to close the margin quickly. Material Man ranges up, grabs the lead, draws away for Lucy Warwick to win the Belmont.
Material Man was an emphatic winner of the Belmont Sprint 2 weeks ago, and for mine, the Hyperion Stakes over 1,600 metres looks even more suitable for him. He maps again the run of the race behind Woodsville and Great Shot, and he's got 3 lengths in hand from Punamu from that race last start, and I think 3 lengths is plenty enough to have up his sleeve, and I think he'll be winning again. I think the main danger is the top one, number 1, Punamu. He's the biggest threat here. I'm not too sure about the speed in this race. There was decent speed in the Belmont Sprint. I'm not sure if they'll go as hard in the Hyperion Stakes. He needs a good tempo, I think, to beat Material Man. I'm not sure if he's going to get it. Number 2, Great Shot. I was standing next to Craig Staples and Reese Radford in the jockey's room shortly after that race. They were absolutely wrapped with the performance of their horse. I just think he's a little bit vulnerable down the straight at Belmont, but I'm looking forward to seeing him back at Ascot defending his Railway Stakes crown. And then number 4, Gattin, who just keeps running really well in this type of company without placing, let alone winning. I do think he's one for the exotics here, but I can't have him above some of these Group 1 performers. On top selection in the main event, I'm going to go with number 3, Material Man, to beat number 1, Punamu, 2, Great Shot, and 4, Gattin. Race number 7 at Belmont on Saturday will jump at 4:15. It's the Mum Champagne Handicap over the staying trip of 2,100 metres. The replay horse can look at Come Play With Me, winning last start.
He's a Parker. The gauge is starting to read empty though. Come Play With Me's got it in the twinkling of an eye. Dashes straight past it. Come Play With Me. Warzar starts to run on. Further back, Musical Art and Elegant Blast, but Come Play With Me set sail for the judge with 100 to go. Bounding away now, Come Play With Me. Pike sits up, looks to the left, then the right, poses for the photo and wins by 4. Elegant.
Come Play With Me didn't just win last start, he absolutely thrashed his opponents. He thrashed Elegant Blast by 4 lengths. It was a similarly graded race. William Pike sticks here, and I think this horse is on the up. The WATC Derby probably come a little bit too early for Come Play With Me, but it does look like a 3-year-old with a big future over this type of distance. So number 6 goes on top. I think the exacta horse might well be number 7, Elegant Blast again. Actually meets Come Play With Me worse at the weights. That's because Lucy Warwick takes over from Brodie Kirby. It's half a kilo difference in the weights here, but I think Elegant Blast is running really well. I think he's probably the main danger to the favourite. Number 10, Outlaw Pete. I'm convinced this horse will win a race this preparation. I'm just not too sure it'll be the one on Saturday. In fact, I'm not sure as to which one it will be. He's a horse that gets back. He does tend to make problems for himself, but he's been running really, really good sectionals, and I think he will snag one sooner or later. Another horse I'm going to get a chance to is number 1, Master Magician. He was simply too bad to be true last start, and D-Mac has told the stewards that he's put a lot more work into him since that run just 7 days ago, expecting Master Magician to be a hell of a lot better than he was behind Galaxy Star. My top selection in race number 7, going with the obvious one, that's number 6, Come Play With Me. To beat 7, Elegant Blast, 10, Outlaw Pete, and 1, Master Magician. Race number 8 at Belmont on Saturday will jump at 4.50. It is the 5th leg handicap over 1,400 metres. The horse we look at in replay is the Trial of Final Salute.
Top of the lane, 3.50 to go. Material Man's in front. On the outside, getting to second now, is Luke's Gold. To the outside, Cosmic Storm. Then came By Decree, and out wider on the track is Red Paddy, but it's Material Man inside the 150 leading. Luke's Gold getting to it with every stride. Material Man quietly ridden. Luke's Gold the outside. Material Man, Luke's Gold dive tight.
Now with Grant and Alana Williams, I really like the Trial of Final Salute. That was last month. He's won first up in previous campaigns, and he gets assistance of William Pike in the finale. So he goes on top in what is an absolute nightmare for quaddie punters of a race, a really, really difficult contest. Number 4, Military Ruler. I thought he worked a little bit too hard last start behind Keeper's Son. I think he maps a little bit better here. I think he might get a bit of a softer time in the first half of the race. I'm willing to forgive that run. He goes in for second. Number 3, Touch of Silver. He's capable, fresh. I didn't like the trial as much as I liked the one of Final Salute, but I do respect his performances over 1,400 metres early in his campaign last time. And then number 10, Show Honey, only the 3rd place into Show from 2 cracks at 1,400 metres, got simply too far back behind Super Maxi last start. Wouldn't be at all surprised if she runs a really good race, but at the moment she's just proven over 1,200 metres. On top selection in the final race, going with number 6, Final Salute, to beat 4, Military Ruler, 3, Touch of Silver, and 10, Show Honey. It's now time to nominate my best bets on the card at Belmont on Saturday. Going to go in the first race. Number 1, Special Reward for Simon Miller. And in race number 6, the feature race, the Hyperion Stakes, number 3, Material Man for the Warwick family. It's easy to stay up to date with everything that's happening at Perth Racing. You can log on to our website, or you can follow us on one of our social media channels. Until next time, bye for now.